stupid or crazy? Why would you go anywhere near that girl?
What do you want me to do, Tracy? She's lying. You want me to wait around for Sonny and Jason to put a bullet in the back of my head? I had to do something.
You terrorized her. Sam said she was sobbing when she got there. You tried to get her to change her story.
Oh, Christina overreacted. All right, and Sam showed up at the end of the conversation. She had no idea what we were talking about. She just assumed the worst, like everyone else.
I gave you the benefit of the doubt. I set you free. I paid your bail. So help me God, if you are guilty, I will never forgive you. Or myself.
Hey, thanks for coming.
Yeah. Look, before we get into whatever's going on, the paternity test came back. Nicholas is the father of Elizabeth's baby.
It must be tough for you to hear.
That's for the best. But listen, I want you to know that it won't affect my relationship with Jake and Cam. Like I said before, I'm still committed to them, and that's not going to change.
I had no doubt about that. I mean, I trust you as Jake's father. And as a cop, which is why I needed to see you.
I thought everything was going really well with Ethan. Every time I saw him, he was so nice, and I don't know, it felt like we had something special. I'm sure he totally hates me now.
You know, when something like this happens, a situation can become unclear. I've been through a lot, made a lot of mistakes, and I've told a lot of lies. And they just come out of my mouth before I even know what's going on. And I really am trying to fix everything or make sure I do the right thing. And I've learned over the years that the lie only makes it worse. If that's what's happened to you, Christina, I can tell you right now that the only way out of all of this is to tell the truth. And you don't have to be afraid, because everybody loves you and everybody wants to help.
Honey, are you all right? Why are you upset? Carly, what are you doing here?
So I talked to Sam about what happened, and I talked to Christina about what happened, and there are some discrepancies in Christina's story. So I think there could be a chance it wasn't Ethan who beat her up, which would mean whoever did is still out there somewhere. Talking to Christina, she got upset, naturally, and Sonny and Sam asked me not to question her anymore, and I said I wouldn't.
What was the discrepancy in Christina's story?
At the time Christina says she was beaten, Ethan was still at the Haunted Star.
Christina and I were having a little talk.
Okay, I'm sure you meant well, but whatever you were talking about seems to have upset my daughter.
Well, she's been through a terrible trauma, and the details can be confusing. I think she may have made a mistake about identifying her attacker.
No, Mom, it was Ethan, I swear.
Will you say that you made a mistake? You called out the wrong name.
Hey! What are you doing, all right? She's identified the attacker. Why are you badgering her? I don't get it.
It was Ethan, like I said. He was mad at me.
All right, sweetie, go calm down. Go calm down. I have no idea what is going on here. You gotta go.
I came here to deliver a goodie basket that Morgan and I made for her. We sat on the couch. We were talking. She opened up to me. I did not push her.
Do you understand how traumatized she is right now? You are making this worse.
She's lying, and she doesn't know how to get it.
Why would she lie about this? You know, Carly, is this about Ethan? Because he's your cousin? Because if you're doing this to protect him, it's unconscionable.
Sam and Christina both told me what happened that night. The story, it doesn't match up. So here's how it goes. Christina said that Sam dropped her off at the lake house and Ethan showed up right after Sam left, but that's not possible because Sam drove straight to the Haunted Star and Ethan was there.
Sometimes trauma victims blur the passage of time.
No, I get that, but Christina told me that Ethan showed up like 5 minutes after Sam left. Even if Ethan showed up later, an hour later, she would have remembered doing something during that time.
Okay, but here are the facts. Christina and Ethan argued earlier at the Haunted Star. He went over to her house sometime after that, and she ID'd him as her attacker.
And she ID'd him to you, right? You did the ER interview?
Yes.
And how did Christina see him?
She was traumatized, but completely cognizant. I mean, she knew what happened to her.
I mean, maybe, maybe not. Maybe she just said Ethan's name and now she's too afraid to admit that she made a mistake.
If you want me to sidestep the official investigation and look into this myself, I'll need more to go on. Do you have any other reason to believe Christina would lie?
This stays off the record. Between you and me, agreed?
Agreed.
It wasn't Alexis who ran Claudia off the road last summer. It was Christina.
I am not protecting Ethan. If Christina is lying, this is going to eat her up for the rest of her life.
Carly, showing up at the house and accusing her of being a liar isn't helping anything.
Okay, last year, she ran Claudia off the road. Her first impulse was to hide it,
Listen,
to lie.
You have children at home. Go take care of them, and I'll take care of mine. Please.
I'm sorry, Mom.
Sweetie, you have nothing to be sorry about, okay? Because Carly shouldn't have come over here and upset you.
It's because she's cousins with Ethan. She just wants to help him.
Then she should get him to tell the truth because what Ethan did was wrong. He was wrong, not you. Oh, baby. Not you.
Had a restraining order against Ethan. He violated it by going to see her at her house. And when Sam called it in, I went to arrest Ethan, and I found him ready to skip town.
Lucky, do you think Ethan did this?
I don't want to, but I'm biased. I mean, Ethan's my half-brother, and it's true. I don't know him very well, but still, I don't want to believe that he's capable of beating any woman up, let alone a 17-year-old. So maybe he did go over to Christina's house in hopes of convincing her to tell the truth. Maybe the bruise on her arm really was just from the Haunted Star like he said. I mean, if I was innocent, I might panic like that. Track her down, try to convince her to tell the truth.
And if I was guilty and I was Ethan, I'd have been gone that day because Sonny would have wanted me dead.
Exactly. So the question is, why would Christina lie?
I don't know. That's what we have to find out.
I'm gonna look into this further because if Ethan's innocent, I want to clear his name, and I want to find the piece of garbage that did assault Christina.
Let me know what you find out.
I will.
Sorry about this. I'll have a word with Carly.
Some mother I am, right? I have a daughter who won't speak to me. I should have tried harder to make her confide in me. I just, I didn't want to come across too pushy.
Hey. Where's this coming from?
Do you know my daughter's been on the pill for 5 months? 5 months. And I didn't know about it. She went to Sam. She told Sam, not me, Sam, and she told Sam that she wasn't allowed to tell me.
Well, don't beat yourself up about that. I mean, most kids feel more comfortable talking to their friends or their siblings about stuff like that, not their parents. Hey.
I see her different than she sees herself, and somehow I led her to believe that I expect too much from her, and she's afraid that she'll disappoint me. She could never disappoint me. She doesn't want me to see her flaws.
I didn't realize she had any flaws.
She doesn't.
Of course not.
It's just hypothetical.
Yes, of course it is.
My daughter's a mess.
Hey, you know what? Nobody could have known that Ethan would turn out to be abusive, okay? That's not your fault. That is his fault, and he's to blame for that. Okay?
I'm sorry I'm dragging you into this.
No, you're not dragging me into anything. Listen, Christina just needs your love and support right now. And that's all. Okay?